Namaskar. In our last class, that is in part 1 of the Vaisheshika philosophy of Draivya, Guna and Samanya, we discussed about what is Vaisheshika philosophy, who was the founder, that is Conado was the founder of Vaisheshika philosophy, the main text of Vaisheshika philosophy, and also we discussed about substance or Draivya as one of the category of Vaisheshika philosophy. So today in part 2 we are going to discuss about Guna and Samanya, that is quality and universality. These are the categories of Vaisheshika philosophy, another two categories of Vaisheshika philosophy. So in part 2 we will know the meaning of quality, that is what do we mean by quality or Guna. Then after that we are going to discuss about the various kinds of gunas, the different kinds of gunas recognized by the Vaisheshika philosophy. Then we will come to Samanya, the category of Samanya or universal. There first we are going to know about the meaning of Samanya, that is what do we mean by Samanya or what do we mean by universals. After that we are going to discuss the views of Samanya given by the Buddhist philosophy and Jaina and Vedanta philosophy. After that, we are going to discuss the Nyaya Vaisheshika view of Samanya. Okay? And then, at last, we will know about the three kinds of Samanya that is recognized by the Nyaya Vaisheshika philosophy. Now, coming to part 2, number 1, here we are meant to discuss about or know the meaning of Guna or quality. Now, what do we mean by quality or Guna? A quality or Guna is defined as that which exists in a substance and has no quality or activity in itself. A substance exists by itself and is the constituent cause of things, but a quality depends for existence on some substance and is never a constitutive cause of anything. Substance is independent, isn't it? Substance, it exists by itself and it is the constituent cause of things. But quality, it is not like substance. It does not have its existence by itself. It always depends for its existence on some substance. Okay? Without substance, it does not exist. So, quality depends for its existence on some substance and is never a constitutive cause of anything. Now, for example, a red color. It belongs to something and not to any other color. We may say that the rose is red, isn't it? So the red color, it belongs to the rose. It does not belong to any orange color or pink color, isn't it? Red color, particularly, it belongs to something. Like the wall is red, the rose is red. It belongs to something, isn't it? So a quality is that which exists in a substance and has no quality or activity in itself. Now, quality is also called an independent reality. Why? Why quality is also known as independent reality? Because it can be conceived. We can conceive a color. You can conceive a color, whether it is red, yellow, green, anything, isn't it? Then it can be thought of. We can think of a quality, that whether that person is good or bad, or virtuous, or what quality that person has, isn't it? So, we can conceive, we can thought of a quality. We can think of a quality. And also we can name independently of a substance where it inheres. We can name a quality independent of a substance where it inheres. Like just now I told, the rose is red. Without saying rose, we can say that red, isn't it? So it has its independent reality. Yes, we can say the quality we can express only in terms when it belongs to a substance, like the rose is red. But it also has independent reality because it can be named independently of a substance where it inheres. We can say rose and rose is red, but also without saying rose, we can say that it is red, isn't it? Again, quality is a non-constitutive or non-material cause of things insofar as it determines only their nature and character, but not their existence. Okay? Quality does not determine the existence of anything. Okay, it is the non-material cause of things. It only determines its nature, how it is, what quality it possesses, what quality a substance possesses. It only describes that, it only determines that. the nature, the character of a substance, but it does not determine their existence. Again, quality is an unmoving or motionless property of a thing. It does not move and it is motionless. Like the wall is red. The red color, does it move from here to there, from the wall? No, na? So the quality is an unmoving or motionless property of things. So the qualities are therefore called objective entities because they may be same for all. Objective entities, because for me, if the rose is red, for you also, the rose is red, isn't it? Also, qualities are static and permanent feature of a substance. So, coming about the different kinds of qualities, so Conado, the founder of the Vaisheshika philosophy, he mentioned 17 qualities. Okay, at first he mentioned about 17 qualities, but to that 7 more are added by Prashastapara. Okay, so all total 24 qualities are recognized by the Vaisheshika school. And many of these qualities, among these 24 qualities, many of these qualities have subdivisions. Now the first quality is color. Color is a quality, as I told. It may be white, black, red, blue, orange, whatever. We can know an object by its quality, that is its color. What color it is. Which one is yours? The red color is mine or the blue color is mine. Like this, isn't it? So color is a quality. So color may be red, black, white, all the different colors. Then next is taste. Yes, taste is also a quality of thing. Like taste may be sweet, it may be sour, it may be bitter. Yes. So how it tastes? You ask, no, how it tastes? What is the quality of its taste? Oh, it's very sweet. It's sour, isn't it? Then next quality, number 3, comes smell. Smell is also a quality, isn't it? Because it may be either good or bad. Smell is either good smell, and bad smell. Then touch. Touch is also a quality. How? Because we feel that the thing is hot or cold, or it is neither hot nor cold, isn't it? So from touch what we get? Either a thing may be hot, or it may be cold, or it may be neither hot nor cold. So it is also a quality. Then comes sound. Again, this sound may be of 2 types. Dhwani. One is dhwani, or an inarticulated sound. For example, the sound of a bell. And another type of sound may be varna, or an articulated sound, like a letter sound. Okay. Then comes the quality of number. Number 6, number. So number that qualify for which we use the words 1, 2, 3, isn't it? Number. How many number? 1, 2, 3, how many? We say na? So it is also a quality. Number is also a quality. And there are many kinds of number from 1 onwards. We all know. Then after number comes magnitude. Now things are distinguished as large or small. And large or small is also of 4 kinds. This magnitude may be of 4 kinds. That is the atomic or extremely small. The part which cannot be further divided. That is the atomic part or the smallest part. And the extremely great. Okay. Extremely small, extremely great. And the small and the large, the normal, the small and the large. So these are the 4 kinds of magnitude. Then comes distinctions. Distinction is also a quality. Like one thing is different and distinct from another. Like a jar from a picture, a table from a chair, isn't it? A jar is different from a picture, a table is different from a chair. So there is the distinction of quality. How you differ the things, isn't it? By their qualities. Yes. So distinction is also a quality which differs one thing from another. Then comes conjunction. Now what is conjunction? It is the union between 2 or more things which can exist separately. So conjunction is always between 2 things, 2 or more things, isn't it? So when 2 or more things existing separately, they come together, then we have conjunction. Now this conjunction may be again of 3 types. 3 types of conjunction may be there. Firstly, when one thing is joined or linked to another. For example, when a flying kite sits on a hilltop. Now you are flying a kite and it goes and fell upon a hilltop, isn't it? The hilltop was there. The hill was there. So the kite went and fell onto the hilltop. So they had a conjunction, the kite and the top of the hill. They had a conjunction. They met, isn't it? So one is that where one thing is constant, the other goes and conjunct to the another. Like the kite went and it conjunct with the top of the hill. Then second type of conjunction, when both the things are joined, like 2 balls moving from opposite direction meets. Now here both are moving, both are moving and both of them conjoined together, like two moving balls from one side and from another side. Both are coming and they joined together, they met together, but both were moving, isn't it? So this is another, when two moving things comes together and met. Okay, so this is the second type of conjunction. Then another type of conjunction is like when the pen in my hand touches the table, there is a conjunction between my hand and the table, and this conjunction is brought about by the conjunction between my hand and the pen. That is, this one is the indirect conjunction, that one, I am holding a pen and my pen, it touches the table, but I am holding the pen, isn't it? So indirectly my hand is also is conjunction with the table, because my pen has touches the table and I am holding the pen. So indirectly my hand is also touching the table. So this is the third type of conjunction. Okay, so these are the three types of conjunction. Similarly, we have number 10 quality, that is disjunction. Like conjunction, we have disjunction. Okay, disjunction is the opposite of conjunction. It is the disconnection between things, okay, which ends their previous conjunction. So this is the disconnection of things. First, in conjunction things are connected, but in disjunction things are disconnected. Okay, like conjunction, disjunction is again of three types. Okay, like the first conjunction, when the kite flies and fall in the hilltop. Now here in case of disjunction, we can say that when a bird flies away from a hilltop, the bird was in the hilltop and it flied away, so it had a disjunction, it disjunct from the hill, the bird disjunct from the hill. Then secondly, when the ball rebound after impact, so the ball, both the balls came and they met together, again they rebound and they became separate. Okay, so they also disjunct. And third, when the pen I was holding, it was dropped from my hand and the pen was dropped, so my conjunction with the table, the conjunction of my hand with the table is also gone now, because I dropped the pen from my hand, isn't it? So my pen was touching the table, but I dropped the pen. At the moment I dropped the pen, I had a disjunction of my hand from the table. Okay, so these are just opposite, conjunction and disjunction. Then comes the 11th quality, that is remoteness, and 12th is nearness. So remoteness and nearness, these two qualities are two types, temporal and spatial. Okay, so temporal, like qualities older, younger, all this, and spatial, qualities of being far, near, all this. Then comes the quality knowledge. That means knowledge is also a quality, intellectual quality. Yes, the boy is very sharp, the boy is very intelligent, the girl is very intelligent. Yes, so knowledge, that is cognition, that is also a quality. If you possess knowledge, you have the quality, you are intellectual. Then 14th is pleasure. Pleasure is also a quality, that from doing this thing I get pleasure. What quality this thing possesses? It possesses pleasure, because I get pleasure doing this thing, and pleasure is what? Happiness, isn't it? The next quality is pain. Pain is also a quality of thing, isn't it? That thing always gives me painful memories. Yes, pain. So pain is also a quality which gives us sadness. Then 16th is desire. Desire is what? Wants. Yes, we want things, and this is also a quality, that it makes me desire something, this and that. Okay, then 17th is aversion. Aversion means dislike or unwillingness. Okay, you don't want to do that thing, or you don't like that thing. Okay, then next come number 18 is effort. Now what is effort? Effort is striving towards something or striving away from something. We always effort to go towards something, strive towards something, or we strive being away from something. We don't want that, like that, isn't it? So that is effort. Then comes heaviness. 19th quality is heaviness. And heaviness, it is the cause of the fall of the bodies. Okay, heaviness, because of heaviness it falls, isn't it? The fall of bodies. Then is fluidity. And fluidity, it is the cause of flowing of certain substances like water, milk, air, etc. So fluidity is also a quality, and it belongs to substances like milk, water, okay, all this. Then comes viscidity. Viscidity is the cause of the adhesion of different particles of matter into the shape of a ball or a lump, and this quality belongs exclusively to water. This quality of viscidity, it belongs only to water. Then 22nd quality is tendency. Now tendency may be of three kinds. First one is velocity. One kind of tendency is velocity, which keeps a thing in motion. Okay, velocity, it keeps a thing in motion. Then comes mental impression, is another type of tendency. This mental impression is what? Which helps us to remember and recognize things. And the third type of tendency is elasticity. And elasticity is what? By which a thing tends towards equilibrium when disturbed. Okay. Then the 23rd is virtue and 24th is vice. And due to the performance of this virtue and vice, okay, due to the performance of enjoined and forbidden acts, one leads to happiness and the other to misery. That is, virtuous things gives you happiness because it increases your merits, and vice, it decreases your merits or increases your demerits, and it gives you misery. Okay. Now, one question may be raised, okay, that why qualities are limited only 24 in numbers. An answer to this is that if one takes into consideration the numerous subdivisions of these qualities, then their number would be very great. But in a classification of objects, we are to reduce them to such kinds as they do not admit of further reduction. So we come to simplest forms or kinds of qualities. So thus, while one compound color like orange may be reduced to red and yellow, or a complex sound may be shown to arise out of the combination of other sound, it is not possible for us to reduce color to sound or any other quality. So, the Vaisheshika classification of qualities into 24 kinds is guided by these considerations of their simplicity or complexity and reducibility or irreducibility. Now let us come to generality or samanya. Okay. So what do we mean by samanya or generality or universality, you can say. So samanya is the class essence or the universal. For example, men, cows, bears, all these have something in common, isn't it? For which they bear these general names. You are man, I am man, isn't it? Why we are men? Because we have something in common. We have something in universal. So samanya is what? It is the class essence or the universal. Now in samanya we find three views. Okay, realism, conceptualism and nominalism. These are the three views that appear in Indian philosophy within samanya. Okay. Now the first view we are going to discuss about is Buddha's view on universal. The Buddhist philosophy have a nominalistic view on the concept of universal. According to them, the individual alone is real and there is no class or universal other than the particular objects of experience. It is only the name that is general, and the name does not stand for any passive essence that is present in all the individuals. It means only that the individuals called by one name are different from those to which a different name is given. Thus, certain animals are called cow not because they possess any common essence, but because they are different from all animals that are not cows. So, there is no universal but a name with a negative connotation. So, this was the view of the Buddhist philosophy. Regarding the Jaina and the Vedanta view, the Jaina and the Vedantins, they adopt a conceptualistic view of the universal. According to them, the universal does not stand for any independent entity over and above the individuals. It is constituted by the essential common attributes of all the individuals. So, the universal is not separate from the individuals, but is identical with them in point of existence. The universal and the individual are related by way of identity. The universal has existence in our mind as well as also in the particular objects of experience. Now we will come to the Nyaya Vaisheshika view of Samanya. The Vaisheshika school is an advocate of realism, and according to this Vaisheshika school, universals are eternal entities which are distinct from but inhere in many individuals. They are distinct from but they inhere in many individuals. Samanya is a real entity which corresponds to a general idea or class concept in our mind. And according to the Nyaya Vaisheshika view, there is no universal subsisting in another universal, because there is one single universal for one class of object. And universal according to the Nyaya Vaisheshika may be distinguished into three kinds: para, that is highest; apara, that is lowest; and para, that is intermediate. Now beinghood is regarded as the highest universal. Okay, beinghood is regarded as the highest universal, since all other universals come under it. Jarness as the universal present in all jars is apara, or the lowest, since it has the most limited or the narrowest extent. Substantiality or thinghood as another universal is para, or intermediate between the highest and the lowest. It is para or wider in relation to substances like earth, water, etc. And apara or narrower in relation to the universal beinghood, which belongs to substance, quality and action. So in this part today we discussed about what do we mean by guna, what are the different kinds of guna. After that we discussed the meaning of samanya or generality, and also we discussed the different views regarding samanya in Indian philosophy given by the Buddhist, then also by the Jaina and the Vedanta, and at last by the Nyaya Vaisheshika view of samanya. Also we discussed about the different kinds of universals, that is para, apara and para. So thank you for today.